Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday preview. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Sunday preview. All the extras you may need to play the new edition. The launch box for the new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar is now available to pre-order. And if you act quick fast, you might still be able to secure your own copy of Skaven. If it's already sold out online in your region, don't panic. More copies will be available on release day at Warhammer stores and other gaming retailers. The fun doesn't stop there. From next Saturday, you'll be able to grab all the extra books and cards you might need. So there is a little video right here to go along with it, but we're going to take a look at the full article. And in case anybody is wondering, I have double checked to see if any of the regions are sold out of Skaven, and literally none of them are. Warhammer Age of Sigmar Core Book. This 288-page hardback book is your ultimate companion to the new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. It's a treasure trove of background information presented through a variety of lenses, including boots-on-the-ground explanations for several point-of-view characters. It's the best introduction to the moral realms yet. Alright, so we had the core book right here, sold separately if you didn't pick up the Skaven box set. Obviously, if you did, it already includes the core book. It contains an awe-inspiring gatefold cosmology of the 8 realms, many pages of gorgeous art and miniature photography, and summaries of every faction. The core book also includes the core rules, the advanced rules, battle pack, First Blood for match play, complete with 3 battle plans, and the narrative battle pack, Ascension to Path to Glory. This includes 4 upgrade paths to your heroes, 2 for your units, and 6 battle plans. You can also get all the same great stuff in a snazzy numbered limited edition, which arrives in an illustrated slipcase. There's only a limited quantity of these, and there will be no reprints. So here we have the limited edition copy, same contents, but different cover. Alright, and then we have the Warhammer Age of Sigmar General's Handbook 2024-25. Jump into the world of match play and start getting those reps in for events and tournaments with the first General's Handbook of the new edition. This 112-page spiral-bound book contains everything you need to play balanced, competitive games using rules from the first season, which lasts a year. So I really like that they have transitioned over to like the yearly General Handbook rather than the quarterly. The quarterly was just too much considering the majority of players don't play that many games in a quarter. So I absolutely love that they've done the yearly, and then also the addition of the spiral binding is definitely a massive upgrade. Inside you'll find the core and advanced rules as well as the season rules, which are themed on powerful boons for your general's honor guard. There are also 12 battle plans representing the greatest hits list from previous editions, a rules update for all the universal endless spells, and a tournament organizers pack that provides advice for those who want to run events. So one thing I think Games Workshop should really do, especially with like the influx of new players and the launch of Skaven, is they should specifically state which of this stuff is already included in the Skaven box so that people know what to pick up, because they don't clearly state what stuff you already have if you're purchasing Skaven versus what you might need if you want to have the full verse of rules. Alright, and then we have the Spearhead Fire and Jade Gaming Pack. Spearhead is a new game mode for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, bringing light fast games rich in tactical depth. The neat box contains everything you need to start playing games of Spearhead with your own collections. You get a sprue with 4 pieces of terrain and a snap-together 3-inch and 6-inch range rulers, a double-sided game board with printed objectives covering Ashby on one side and Gyran on the other, as well as a twist deck for each side and 2 identical battle tactic decks for each player. So interestingly enough, this doesn't come with the actual Spearhead book, I don't believe. I don't see it like pictured here, and it's definitely not in the actual description. So maybe that's going to be available separately, but I would imagine that the Spearhead box would make the most sense to have the Spearhead book in it. But this is all the stuff that's included in the actual Skaven set. You have your terrain, your game board, your cards, your rulers, and then the Skaven set comes with the Spearhead book as well. Not to mention, of course, all the models in the main book. But prior to picking one of these up, if you're just thinking you want the Spearhead stuff, but you don't want Skaven, you can always get an amazing deal on all this stuff substantially cheaper from people that are buying the big box set and then selling off the individual components, or somebody that picked up 2 boxes but doesn't need duplicates of this stuff. So I always encourage people to check for somebody else looking to get rid of theirs before paying full price for this. The battle pack for Spearhead will be available for free, and every faction Spearhead rules will be available in their faction packs, both in physical and digital editions. Okay, great. So the actual battle pack, which is what's in the Spearhead book, they are going to put that out for free. And then the Spearhead rules will be available in their faction packs, both in physical and digital editions. So you should be able to buy essentially like the index editions of like the cards and everything, or get the digital downloads. But I do like that they're releasing the actual Spearhead rules and everything for free. And then of course you get those included if you pick up Skaven for the people out there that like a physical copy like myself. Alright, and then we have the Warhammer Age of Sigmar faction packs. So these are the equivalents of like the index cards for Warhammer 40k. For anybody that's curious, this will have all of the initial stuff that you need to play your faction in card form. And then later on, when the actual individual battle tome comes out for the army, these will be outdated and replaced by those. As of now, we don't have a roadmap, so we don't know which ones of these are going to get replaced or when. Games Workshop should release a roadmap in the near future, so you'll have an idea. Say, for instance, we assume that the Stormcast and Skaven will be two of the first ones to be replaced, so I would not recommend that people pick these up, just because they get outdated extremely quickly, as were like some of the other armies that maybe are not shown in the first roadmap of battle tomes. You're going to get like 1, 2, or even like 3 years worth of use out of those, as opposed to what amounts to like a couple months. Get all the rules you need for the faction in one convenient place. Each faction pack will be available to download for free before the launch of the new edition and will be available for purchase as packs of cards. Each pack contains a background summary, cards with the army's battle traits, battle formations, heroic traits, artifacts of power, and spell lores, prayer lores, manifestation lores. Also included are cards for games of Spearhead with battle traits, regiment traits, enhancements, and war scroll cards. So again, just like they did for Warhammer 40,000, they are releasing all of these digital on Warhammer Community, and that will have the rules for Age of Sigmar, aka Big Sig, and then also for Spearhead as well. And then these are going to be the actual physical card packs that you can purchase that has all the same information, but on physical cards. And that's what I'm hesitant to buy until we have the actual like battle tome roadmap laid out. Just because, again, a lot of people purchased the Tyranid cards and Space Marine cards, which were in the launch box, the equivalents of Stormcast and Skaven in this set. And literally within like a month, those cards were completely obsolete. And then the new Codex cards came out, which would be the equivalents of the battle tome cards. But these are also priced substantially cheaper than like the Codex or Battletome cards are too. So dropping like 15 or like 20 bucks is not nearly as bad as dropping like 35 and then immediately throwing them in the bin. So we don't know if this is the actual order that the Battletomes will be coming out. The Stormcast and Skaven are at the front, so there's at least some rationale to say that this could be the actual order they come out in. But as of now, we'll just assume that these are randomly in order. Note that the Orruk Warclans faction pack set contains rules for both the Ironjawz and kruleboyz in one pack, and there's currently no Spearhead for the Ironjawz. Ooh, little salt on the wounds there, as I was hoping that there would be a Spearhead by now, but hopefully it's not too far out. Free digital editions of these faction packs will be available to download soon after release. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. Warhammer Age of Sigmar Grand Alliance Dice Set. Refresh your dice stocks ahead of the new edition with 4 Grand Alliance dice sets. Each contains 16 themed dice for order, death, destruction, and chaos, with an appropriate icon on the 6 face. So we have like blue with gold for order, we have red with gold for chaos, we have purple with bone for death, and then we have green with yellow for destruction. So cool new dice packs, similar to some of the previous dice and like color schemes that we've seen from Games Workshop. Alright, and then we have the next White Dwarf, issue 502, Skaven Return. The July issue of White Dwarf is on its way, with a feast of information on the new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, including behind-the-scenes interviews, painting, and modeling advice, and the first printed battle report for the new edition. There are also new Warhammer 40,000 features, including a summary of the Xenowar and Warzone Chalnath, a commentary on the Pariah Nexus chapter-approved mission pack, and a set of Crusade rules for the new setting. Alright, and then from Black Library, we finally have the release of a Morvenn Vahl Spear of Faith Mega Limited Edition, and I am super excited for this. I am definitely looking to pick this up. Under the command of the warlord Kol Rakul, Death of Saints, the Night Lords have attacked Ophelia 7 and ransacked its great libraries. Only Morvenn Vahl, Abbess Sanctorum, and High Lord of Terra, and her fearless Adeptus Sororitas sisters stand in their way. Jude Reed's Morvenn Vahl Spear of Faith will be available for pre-order next week in a resplendent Mega Limited Edition. Alright, so I did an extensive review on everything in this set. It is really nice, and I'm definitely looking forward to this. This opulent volume features a velvet effect cloth cover with an embroidered pattern, gold foil details, and a red ribbon marker. Each copy is individually numbered and features an exclusive afterword from the author. It includes a set of 6 gorgeous art prints from the Imperial Saints and the Book of Saints itself. A tome penned by a sister of the Order of the Quill, immortalizing Imperial Saints such as Saint Celestine, Ephrael Stern, Sebastian Thor, Saint Sabat, Gerstal, and more. Copies of this collection are strictly limited. So here we have the Book of Saints, the actual Morvenn Vahl novel, and then the 6 art prints, and then it comes in this nice case. And again, this is signed and numbered. Not sure exactly how many they're going to be making of these, probably somewhere between 1,500 and 2,500. And Games Workshop lately has not been revealing their numbers, keeping it secret, but let's hope that they make plenty of these, as I'm sure it's going to be super exciting, especially with like the power and release of the new codex. We've got lots of new Sisters fans, lots of veteran Sisters players and fans. And of course, Morvenn Vahl is an amazing model. The lore is awesome. So I would expect this to sell out relatively quickly. So very cool. We've got 2 weeks till actual Skaventide is released. And then I would expect all of these to be released right alongside with it. And at that point in time, everybody will finally get to dive in and start playing the new Age of Sigmar. I am very excited to get started with it, get familiar with the rules. And like I've stated a couple times, we're going to be doing a local escalation league, starting with a Spearhead box and then expanding out over the weeks to come into a full 2,000 point army over on TableTop Bros. So if you haven't been over there to check out the channel, give it a look and hopefully we can earn your subscription. Let me know what you're most excited about, what you're going to be picking up from this week. Did you pick up Skaventide? Are you looking forward to playing Spearhead? Are you looking for Big Sig? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. And thank you to all the people that used the link in the description to pick up Skaventide at a discount and told them that Warhammer Man sent you. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and it is almost time. And I'm out of here.